By any measure, last year was outstanding and full of improvements, and while news has been good and achievements have been plentiful, much work remains. Thank you all very sincerely for all of the work that you have done. We have made a tremendous amount of progress together, and I can say very confidently that the state of our college is very strong, and it has unquestionably grown stronger, but this is not the time to rest or to be complacent. As a college, we have momentum. We really do. We have and to successfully reach our vision, we need your help in building upon that momentum. In our first year on semesters, we also executed the first year of our 5-year academic plan. And this year, we will roll up our sleeves once again, and we will take on the full spectrum of the year 2 activities. As a reminder, the plan will run from 2012 to 2017, and some of the highlights of the plan are as follows. We've improved in required advising for our first-year students, our transfer students, and our probationary students. For those of you who have been here for a while, you know that self-advising is ill-advised. And so we are delighted to have your help and our professional advisors' help in helping our students to choose the right courses and the right paths. We also are working hard to improve remediation of underprepared students, improving retention rates. How many times have we said it this morning? To create higher graduation rates, to have higher rates of successful transitions to Clifton, and to have more transfer students into our college. We are heightening the training and development of our own employees, our faculty, and our staff. And we are working really, really hard, and I think you can see the passion around it, in heightening the student experience overall. I am proud of the work that we are doing in internships and in co-ops, in service learning and study abroad, in honors and FYE. There's so much to be proud of here at UC Blue Ash College. We're also working, as you've heard this morning, to create more and better online education at UC Blue Ash College. We have not entered into this in a way that would be ill-advised. We are well prepared, we are sharing best practices, and we are doing a phenomenal job as a faculty in meeting students' demand for online learning these days. Our students, especially full-time employees, and particularly women learners, want us to develop more online and hybrid courses and wholly online programs. And heaven knows we want more and new baccalaureate programs. Perhaps new BTAS programs are ahead. We welcome your pre-proposals in the upcoming year. In the upcoming weeks and months, Marlene and I will work closely as co-chairs of the academic plan with you, and we will communicate updates and tasks to various college committees who will work closely with select admin team members to make sure that we are able to continue to complete all of the tasks on year 2's academic plan. And in order for us to keep on accomplishing our goals and to avoid duplication of efforts across this great college, we will need to be strategic and collaborative across various leadership roles and across shared governance groups. Our most important efforts, as we've said 10 times this morning, will be to shine a spotlight and place an enormous amount of time and effort into the multifaceted work that remains to be done in student retention. To be clear, we lose 40% of our students out the back door every year. I am not comfortable with that percentage. I am not happy with that outcome, and neither should you be. We cannot simply say that as a product of an open access institution, we know it's a challenge, but we can do better. We will focus our efforts on retention projects and efforts as a college and as a part of our HLC quality initiative in some form, however we come to decipher what that will be, but we will dig into that work together. As you also know from Tom's report, my top priority as dean has also been to lead and to manage this work that has been involved in planning to build and renovate our facilities. This is a 46-year-old campus that has not kept pace with enrollments or with time. We have had many renovations to complete and will have many more to complete in the upcoming years as funds allow. I am working hard and I am working as fast as UC policies will allow and UC processes will allow to get our facilities caught up to speed. You have surely noticed the first effects of our first renovation, and we will have a ribbon-cutting ceremony to officially open the Commons and the library this September. One down, many to go. In addition to many small improvements to our college campus, here are goals I have for us in the facilities. Along with the expanded Dean Suite in months that has allowed us to centralize our administration and their staff into one space, I will work very hard to move all of our administrators and their direct reports into Muntz's first floor. Put simply, this will allow all of us greater efficiency and also functionality as a team. I don't know if you can feel the teamwork, but I feel it every day. And when we're all together in one space, it's easier for you to have access to us as well. This will also have another benefit, and that is to free up space, much needed space for classrooms and for faculty offices, in Flory Center, for example, and in other places in Muntz. This will allow us more space to have teaching in great classrooms and new faculty offices. For those new faculty in our midst, I am not happy if you don't have a single office. I think you should have an office per person, and I will work hard until I achieve that. It's not easy. This will give us all room, however, for growth and for swing space. Just a bit farther into the future, I'm running the UC hurdles some more and planning and dreaming about a new and stylish building with many more academic classrooms and a whole bevy of one-person faculty offices. This building will be positioned in between Flory and the Vet Tech Center. It's on the master plan if you want to look at the drawing. And I hope to complete that 20,000 square foot building in 3 or 4 years. Nothing is quick. I have learned to be patient, or at least to deal with my impatience. That is a 2-story building. It's a 2-story Flory, if that helps you to picture it. And it will also serve as swing space. Swing space, I've said it here, swing space, we said it with the modular units. Why are we talking so doggone much about swing space, and what does that even mean? It simply means that we'll be able to swing a number of you out of the 2nd or the 3rd floor of this building, and then we'll be allowed to renovate these spaces. As you're well aware, this is the largest and the oldest of our buildings, and it is in most need of repair. And yet it will take time and money to get through it. It takes millions of dollars per floor to renovate this building. So be patient. We're working as hard and quickly as we can. I share this level of detail and long-term planning with you this morning so that you will know that I am not satisfied with our current state of our facilities or our current situation. It is getting better, and I am working towards a better and bigger facility. You can also hope and plan and keep your eyes on the vision over the horizon. That's where we're headed. These new spaces will allow us to grow, and they will allow us to improve as a college. Our students' experience and your workplace will certainly be a better and more impressive physical environment in the years ahead. In my mind, folks, this is a 10-year metamorphosis. Positive changes have occurred and will continue to occur. Programmatically, physically, organizationally, everything here is improving. From re-envisioning how we do business and admissions and enrollment management, to reinventing our preparation of internships and co-ops, our professional practice and placement, our alumni and development, all of these efforts we've been working hard to think about different ways, better ways to do business for and with you. We have also certainly reorganized and incorporated the Center for Corporate Learning, our outreach arm, in case you're not familiar with it. It provides training and development for the region's businesses, and it also generates extra revenue for us. We also now use the center's many expertises and areas of knowledge in training and developing our own faculty and staff where needed, especially as it relates to management and leadership. I've also recently located the new Career Center, which came out of Career Services, into the Center for Corporate Learning because it bundles our activities. It makes us work smarter, not harder, and it taps into that expertise that we have within the center. Our students will grow their professional needs and exposure and experience through the center. I'm excited to see what's ahead of us in that arena. Let me also quickly praise the center for meeting all of the demands of following the policies and procedures as it relates to an audit that has been done. We remain in the black and make money, and that's a really positive thing. It's one of the few outreach arms at the University of Cincinnati that does so. And we're working hard to tie our external relations elements, such as the training piece, the internship piece, the alumni piece, the placement piece, and fundraising all together. If you haven't figured it out, we have about 7 different people, myself included, who go out and meet with corporate executives and others, and it really is confusing if we don't bundle our efforts together. So we're working hard and we're working smart to make sure that we tell your story, our student story, all at once. We have made great strides in improving our IT unit as a college and all of its services, and certainly our smart classroom equipment across the campus. However, this year holds even more promise as we will actually launch SharePoint. Finally, right? I know, you can clap for Dale. You can clap for Dale, right? In all truth, we've been working hard to get SharePoint ready for you to use it. It needs some architecture and some structure for it to be a useful tool for you. So keep in mind that SharePoint will be available for internal communication and repositories. We will also be engaged in strategic planning in IT. We need to make plans over the next few years because IT is terribly expensive. And we need to make sure that we think long-term about what it is we need to purchase, not to mention for our classrooms, but for you and your own use. And so, for example, we need to really think about our replacement policies and revisiting those in the upcoming year. So the technology committee will once again be very busy and have lots to say about how and what we do in the years ahead in terms of IT. Additionally, we will also continue to communicate better internally and externally, thanks to Pete Gemmer and his leadership. Evidence of Pete's unit's leadership and progress is everywhere, from the promotional pieces that you see today to, for example, have you seen the view book? I have never seen a better view book come out of this college. I am proud of the achievements. You can clap for that, absolutely. Thank you. We have harnessed the message. When I arrived, I knew so many great assets were here, and yet it takes someone to harness the message and then communicate it. He and his team have said it verbally, shown it visually, and now it's getting repeated and repeated and repeated. And what I ask of you, as you do the amazing work that you do, is don't be shy about it. Tell Pete. He's your new best friend. Call Pete, let him know what you're doing, let him know what your students are doing, because he can't write unless you tell him what to write about. And he's excited, as are his team members, to get the great word out about UC Blue Ash. He has, of course, also been an amazing ambassador of our brand. It's all about consistency. If you get tired of hearing a certain message, that means we're doing a great job, right, Pete? Additionally, we are working hard to launch a new website. We've heard a lot of people make comments about our website over the years. It's gotten better over the years, but we are working to launch a new website from UC Blue Ash this fall. You will have a chance to see it and provide feedback for it and its use this fall before we go live with it. It will be dynamic, it will be strategic, it will be attractive, and it will be engaging. And it will be largely focused on prospective and current students. That's a change. It's an important asset. We will also share analytics about our site and about our social media sites, about who visits our sites, and also those facts will inform our communications and marketing approaches. And I'm teetering on whether or not to pull the trigger about communicating with you via Twitter. Let me know what you think. I know I'm teetering, so I won't tweet you today. So in development, Meredith Delaney and I have raised more money last year than in the year before, attracting more new donors and growing the number and the size of scholarship dollars and other gifts. You yourselves were generous in the faculty and staff campaign last year, with more than 87% of you giving back to the college. I sincerely thank you for that. We asked more donors and foundations for funding than ever before, and we had 2 back-to-back record-high fundraising years. As I believe you all understand, fundraising is cumulative. It is a practice that grows over time, where success begets more success. So I have big goals and high hopes for the year ahead, and I will soon invest a lot more of my time in pursuing that success. This year, your role in fundraising will be a little different. We will not actually host a formal faculty and staff campaign. I will not ask you to give to the college this morning. Instead, I will ask you to walk or run. Odd, I know, but I will ask you on October 12th to join me in your gym shoes and walk or run as we have our first annual 5K Blue Ash Dash for scholarships. We will gather on this campus with faculty and staff and alumni and students and corporate sponsors and partners, and we will literally run around Plainfield and this area and have an incredible event where we hope to endow 2 full scholarships. So the point is, I want you to think about being ready to walk or run, and Meredith even has an out for you. If you're not a walker or runner or don't want to get up in the morning, she has a setup where you can check the box sleep in for scholarships, okay? So if it's not your thing, you still get a shirt, no one will be the wiser. So that we hope will be our way of raising money for our students, because we know that the #1 reasons that students stop out and drop out are because of financial issues. So we hope that you will help our students. I also ask that you continue to reach out to Meredith and to me with ideas and introductions related to fundraising. Your LinkedIn connections, your partnerships, your personal introductions, all of those are important in building a culture of philanthropy here at UC Blue Ash. And external fundraising will grow in importance around these capital improvement projects I mentioned before, particularly in light of the diminishing state subsidy dollars and also the tightening federal financial aid regulations. All of these forces, all of them, these external, contextual, and financial forces are making all of us in higher education focus more on assessment, on accountability, on our college's outcomes, on retention, and on graduation. In fact, our college subsidy rate of instruction will be based upon these metrics. As you know, all of us in academia are being asked to defend the value of a college education. So we will focus on our strengths and on our niche, the one that we are so proud to own. And we will provide really high quality education, student-centered education in small class sizes, an experience that is characterized by extraordinarily good care, impactful student support services to accompany it, and a collective and empathetic investment from all of us, faculty, staff, and students, in all of our students' growth and success. And we will deliver that extraordinary academic experience while protecting affordability and accessibility. This is the mission and our brand, and we must do all that we can and embody that mission if we are to succeed. For us to consistently deliver the best possible student experience in education, we simply have to work together as a team. Faculty and staff working for and with our students. From my vantage point, it is easy to say and to see what it will take for us to pull all of this off. Pulling our weight and rowing in the same direction to help the most students succeed, to build our college, and to improve in every conceivable way. Let me simply note that the college functions best when all of its parts are working well, when all of us, each of us, are at our very individual best, most productive, and then together we are at our most cross-functional and our most collaborative. We talk a lot about shared governance at UC Blue Ash, and it is unquestionably important and a value shared by all of us. It also means, though, that the faculty and staff share the responsibility and work to manage the activities of the college. We will have more and different meetings across leadership groups scheduled for this year. This will allow us to organize and coordinate our efforts together. We will also use communication tools like SharePoint this year as we lead the college. As we have an administrative team and chairs, and we have the executive committee and the staff council, it came to my attention that all of us are working hard, but we don't always work hard together. And this year we will start to weave it all together and work hard together. So I encourage each of you to think differently about this notion of shared governance. I encourage you to recognize and embrace what is your special responsibility to one another, working across faculty, staff, and student boundaries and all together. As you excel in your own role, I ask that you see value and individual responsibility in helping the college to execute our college's academic plan and our strategic plan. We need each of you to complement one another and collaborate well. I ask you to join me in pledging to work together consistently to achieve our goals. I ask you to get in hip deep, because that's where we are right now, in these plans, action steps with us, and we can all wade through it together. Let's talk to each other more and talk less about each other. Let's talk about ideas and dreams, not rumors and gossip. There is far too much work and far too much at stake to do anything less. I hope that you can agree that every role here has value and great importance. And from my vantage point, every role here has many impacts on students and on connections with others. We really are an interconnected and related group of individuals, and every unit and person has a role to play. If missing, that system or that student struggles. And now we have many more pieces and people in the right places, better than ever before, I believe. And I know that you know that we need to work together. Please help me to weave it all together for and with our students. And we all need to be ready and willing to help our students in every way possible. Each of our lives and our roles positively impacts them. On any given day, you will cross paths with our students, and you will extend yourself. You will offer help and information. Remember that what is routine to you is novel to our students. It has been interesting to see who our alumni talk about when recalling their time at our college fondly. Some talk about their favorite professors who they wanted to emulate. Others talk about their staff who helped them to discover their passions or special skills. Others still talk about the kind individual who had no official role or tie to the student, but they welcomed them and they became a lifelong friend or a trusted advisor. For example, our new alumni chair, Josh Good, the student who came to our college at age 10, who's amazingly bright and graduated from law school and passed the bar by age 21, he now owns his own firm and now leads our alumni group. Josh noted to me an individual who had a positive impact on him. It was David Kiesis. David Kiesis, who was a maintenance repair worker here. He noted that his consistent and random acts of kindness and welcome, they certainly made a difference to him. And this year, Davey passed away, and when Josh came back, he missed seeing him in the room because he always came in the room to welcome him. Be that welcoming voice. Be the person who is kind and reaches out to make sure that the student feels welcome. I care about this, can you tell? In addition to the roles that you play, I need you to know about our student resources so that you can refer students to them when they need help. As we noted, we've developed a whole lot of student-centered continuum assets for our students to develop through the whole educational life cycle. Many of our students have common issues, and now, because we know they're common issues, we've created support services and solutions and assistance for them. We now have ways to help our veteran students. We will better recruit them, and we're going to serve them like they've never been served because they served us. And secondly, we have diverse students, more of them than ever, and we will do a better job engaging those students in multicultural events and activities and organizations. We already know that we have lots of underprepared students, so we will continue to help them with our supplemental instruction, and we will help them in our tutoring centers, and we will help them in the hallways and through intrusive advising. We will help them be successful. And since financial issues and financial aid problems are the top reasons why students stop out or drop out, Martha Geiger and her team of USAs, it stands for University Service Associate, in case you didn't know, will better educate students on the common pitfalls of financial aid so that we can all better avoid those problems and counsel our students better. As you've heard this morning, Greg Metz will help you with all of these student issues. We want to get ahead of these student issues. And because our students sometimes struggle with mental health issues, we are working to establish contractual agreements for a full-time psychological counselor on our campus at long last. There's no question that we need it. The question has been how to pull it off, and we are about to pull it off finally. Please learn about these and many other college resources and make sure that you're the one who makes the referral or the connection with or for our students. It always upsets me when I hear that a student doesn't know what assets that we have here. We just have to do a better job cross-promoting and working together as a team. As another example of collegiate teamwork, as I mentioned this morning, this is a great example. The entire team worked together with all of the chairs, many of the faculty, all of the staff, all of the administrators who touched this thing. I have seen this evolve from one document to this one, and I am really proud of this one. If you haven't had a chance to see what we look like to prospective students and others, take a look at it. It's impressive. So I encourage you to promote your work and work with our communications team. Here are some other simple, practical ways that I invite you to help the college this year as we move forward. Number one, think of ways that you can talk us up. In other words, tell everyone that you know about how great this college is. I know it sounds obnoxious, but here's the truth. We don't spend a lot of money on marketing and advertising, and word of mouth matters. This is a small neighborhood, small region, and when you speak well about your place of employment in college, it makes a difference. People want to come here. So please think about how your relational connections can benefit the college. I also ask that you make us proud. Your hard work and your achievements help us to build our reputation as a college, both internally and externally. Thirdly, I ask you to wear the name and wear your UC Blue Ash gear. In other words, we've changed names. As you know, we're not Raymond Walters College, we're UC Blue Ash College, and we all have UC Blue Ash gear. If you don't, see Pete. And we're beginning to sell new UC Blue Ash gear in the bookstore. And some of our email signatures and messages on campus or LinkedIn accounts or Facebook messages have Raymond Walters College on it. I ask that you help us by living in the new name. Help us by staying true to the brand and change it to UC Blue Ash. Make sure that you also tell others that our tuition is 54% of UC's tuition costs. I'm told that before I arrived, it was a pretty well-kept secret. It's not a secret anymore, is it? We say it constantly. It's a really big difference. If you want simple numbers to share with your neighbors, tell them that if their student starts here and spends 2 years here, instead of going to Clifton to begin, they save $10,000. That's a lot of money in today's economy. So think a little bit about sharing the word that we value our small class sizes. We have a 15-to-1 student and faculty ratio. And with all of these messages to others, if you also help us to hit the streets by spreading this word, we will make great leaps forward. Additionally, we need all of your connections. We ask you to connect us to different people, be a doer, be a donor, be a door opener. All of these things help us to move the college forward. And let me simply say that it has been in many ways an invigorating and yet a challenging few years for many of us. We have undergone a whole lot of changes. We had dozens of retirements last year within a few weeks, and we had many resultant searches. That's a lot of searching. It was very tiring. And now it sounds strange coming from me, one who's pushed us so hard, but I think that now we need to settle into our new normal. We need to settle in and work through our plans. We need to settle in and do the routine well. And so I feel comfortable saying to you today, now is the time and you are the team. What has been clear to me is this: leading this college is people-centric work. Our most prized asset and resource, it's you, it's our people. And clearly, we have really talented faculty, award-winning teacher scholars. You amaze me with your knowledge, with your passion for your pedagogy, your investment in your students' success. I am impressed by your good care for our students. Keep it up. I'm impressed by our bright and talented professional staff who work 12 months a year and selflessly educate and support our students, many of whom are doing it right now because our students are also here. I am amazed at how well our staff think about and care about our students holistically. I'm also impressed by our alumni and our corporate partners, all sorts of others, including our donors, and most of all, I value our students. Our students arrive on our campus every year with their dreams and their ambitions and their goals, as has been said a couple different times this morning, but they also bring with them a whole host of challenges. They're all issues that can trip them up along their journey. Please give our students your very best. In addition to doing your special job and doing it well, please give our students your patience, your caring, your kindness, your empathy, and lots of individual attention. That all makes it clear that they are welcome and that they are wanted here. Our students arrive here with a psychological distance to college. Our students arrive here with self-doubt, and they are both ready to have those fears and those concerns dominate, but it is that extension of you and your kindness to that student that can be both affirming and life-changing. So I encourage you to invest in their success. So I ask you, will you connect with them? Will you advocate them? Will you advocate for them? Will you teach them how to advocate for themselves? Will you give to a scholarship fund to help them to afford college? Will you be the staff member who smiles at them and welcomes them to the college and calls them by name? Will you see the students' apprehension, and will you see their doubt, and will you provide warmth and information and inspiration, and will you erase that doubt? Will you walk the confused student down the hall to find the right room or introduce her or him to the right person? Will you stay after class to explain the concept one more time? Will you stop by the labs to introduce them to the tutor to make sure that they understand? Or will you meet that student group on a Sunday before the midterm just to make sure that they're prepared? Will you work a little harder? Will you work a little longer just than what's required? And will you use your gentle words even when you are tired? And will you be patient? Will you be patient as you provide an answer the 400th time that day? Will you find the failure or the problematic behavior, and will you seize it as a teachable moment? All of these moments, no matter your role, have teachable moments. I have seen all of these behaviors from so many of you time and again, and I've been impressed, I've been moved, and I have been inspired. I believe that there is no more impactful work than the work that we do here together. I am personally lucky because I get to see the culmination of all of this work up close and personal at a very important moment in our students' lives. That moment is on the stage at UC's commencement, 3 times a year now. And this, thanks to everyone's investment in our students succeed. And they cross that stage, heck, sometimes they dance across that stage to celebrate their achievement with us. And last year I had the great privilege of graduating and congratulating 450 students in one ceremony. My smile and handshake got a wicked workout that morning, but I can tell you I could congratulate our students all day long. Their sheer joy and emotion, their pride and tears, their sense of achievement, they were all palpable. I loved every second of it. So I want you to work together with me to get as many students as possible, get as many as you can across that stage to future commencements. That confident, joyful step they take toward me in a cap and gown, they're the visualization of my and our collective success in my mind, and that vision drives me. With my own changes this year, I want to update you about some of my own personal priorities. As many of you know, I served as the chair of the Council of Deans last year. With that term completed, and with many fewer meetings, my year will be altogether different. You will, like it or not, see more of me as we plug through year 2 of the academic plan and as we make more short and long-term physical, programmatic, and organizational improvements. I will say I really want and need to hear your ideas for improvements in all sorts of ways and also in cost savings. I will tell you once again, I'm not a great mind reader and I can't see everything, so I need your help. I will also remind you that at the heart of my leadership, I genuinely do want to lead in a way that is progressive and inclusive and that represents our collective best efforts and interests and allows you to do your very best work every day. To be clear, all of these efforts and ideas that we've been working on are yours. They have been here all along, and I will say that since I arrived in 2010, I have been guided by your survey results and by your statements. You have been in my head all along, and that doesn't mean that I can please everyone, and it certainly doesn't mean that we'll always agree, but it does mean that I'm listening. I'm in my 4th year as dean. How is that possible? And according to some college pundits, that's about twice as long as they predicted that I would stay here. True, right? People said, she's young, she's ambitious, she'll be gone in 2 years. 4 years later, I'm not feeling that young, but I am still ambitious. However, I am driven to be ambitious and to achieve here with and for you because our work matters. I have been recruited and I have been nominated for other roles here and at other institutions, sometimes aggressively. Please hear me and don't waste time in rumors. I want to be here. I want to do this work. We are just getting caught up. I am committed to you, and I don't want to leave until this college is way ahead, way ahead, until we meet our vision together. I want to build this strong team, this physical plant, and our organizational climate that will be very strong and well-positioned for whenever I end my term here. I want to look back with great pride and great satisfaction over what we were able to move and create together. In case you haven't noticed, we have energy, we have momentum, we have passion, and people in the university and in the whole region are talking about this college. We have media attention. We have lots of media attention. People are taking note of your work. We are hiring top competitive talent. However, the next steps for the college require all of us to have a heightened coordination and teamwork. We're all in this together. I can lead you there faster if we all work together. I can lead you there if we all value one another. I can lead you there if we all center ourselves and our work every day on our students and what is best for them. I invite you to increase our retention. Let's graduate more students. Let's change their lives, their entire families, and their whole future. Let's do this work together, and let's start with renewed commitment to our collective vision, this honorable mission, and to our beloved students and to each other today. Thank you.